tell you, I'm a fire hydrant.
Yeah, I'm a shoe. I always wanted to be one, and poof, now I am.
I don't think she's a lesbian. I think she just ran out of men.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most unforgivable Sex and the City moments.
Where's Samantha?
Oh, she's no longer with us.
No, she didn't die.
Oh, no. No, I'm so sorry. No, I just meant she's not with us.
She's in London.
For this list, we're looking at the most outrageous things that happened in the original HBO series, the films, and the sequel series, and just like that. If you haven't had time to catch up, this is your spoiler alert. If we missed any inexcusable moments, sound off in the comments below. Number 10. Outing a coworker. Sexuality is a very personal thing that you come into in your own time. Somebody spoiling that right is unacceptable.
I'd kind of prefer if we didn't make an issue out of this at work. I'm not in the closet. I just wouldn't want the older partners to start treating me differently.
Oh, I totally understand.
When out with the girls, Miranda runs into someone from the law firm at a gay nightclub. The next day, she inadvertently outs him to another coworker.
Sorry. I told her it was a secret.
She can't keep a secret. She's probably told everybody in the office by now. How would you like it if I told everybody in the office that you were gay?
Although it was an accident, she was threatening him with a hypothetical outing nonetheless.
Great. Maybe next you can call my grandparents.
He had even asked her to respect his privacy at work earlier. Unfortunately, considering the time and space of the series, this could have potentially had negative repercussions for him. Plus, it wasn't Miranda's place, and she should have been more mindful of their surroundings.
My gay boyfriend outed me at work. Then I outed him. Even my gay relationships are dysfunctional.
To make matters worse, she never even apologizes for violating his trust. Number 9. Judging Samantha's relationship. With appearances from several LGBTQIA+ characters, you would think exploring one's sexuality would be championed on the show.
You're in a relationship?
Yes. Oh.
And she just walked in, so please get those looks off your face. It's Maria!
However, when Samantha becomes romantically involved with a woman, her friends are less than supportive, especially at first.
How does that work? You go to bed one night, you wake up the next morning, and poof, you're a lesbian?
Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm a fire hydrant.
Yeah, I'm a shoe.
Samantha's character is largely predicated upon her openness and comfortability with her sexuality. So it's no surprise when she embarks on a queer relationship, at least not to the modern-day viewer. Her well-intended announcement is met with cold judgments from the other women, especially for someone like Carrie, who has made a career on sharing sexual encounters. This seems particularly regressive.
That's just a label, like Gucci or Versace.
Or Birkenstock.
This is not about being gay or straight. Maria is an incredible woman.
The show was seen as progressive at the time, but this moment definitely wasn't. Number 8. Stereotyping sexuality. While Stanford was beloved, he sometimes felt like a caricature of a gay man.
Even guys like me don't want guys like me. I just don't have that gay look.
Oh, I don't know. You look pretty gay to me. Come on, maybe it's just a phase.
This was only dialed up at his wedding to Anthony, which took place with a sprinkling of swans and Liza Minnelli officiating. It's beautiful, but the franchise plays a lot of it for laughs, enforcing stereotypes instead of dismantling them.
Why would Liza say yes to this?
It's a law of physics. Anytime there's this much gay energy in one room, Liza manifests.
Over the years, even straight male characters with behaviors problematically perceived as feminine are presented to the viewer as potentially gay. There's a lack of nuance, preventing actual queer characters from coloring outside outdated lines.
I am so confused. Is he gay or is he straight?
Well, it's not that simple anymore. The real question is he a straight gay man? Or is he a gay straight man?
We applaud the fact that the wedding happened before same-sex marriage was legalized in every US state. We just wish it didn't put queerness in a box. Number 7. Transphobia. While living in New York City, you can expect to endure some interruptions from the world outside of your apartment. Some black trans sex workers have been convening outside Samantha's building, causing her to lose sleep over the noise.
Every morning at 4 a.m. they start up. I mean, it's like they're putting on a show.
We can sympathize with wanting peace and quiet, but Samantha's actions are condemnable. She soon puts on her best PR woman hat to politely reason with the women face to face, but not before belittling and attacking their identities with her friends.
There are certain dark circles that even the cleverest makeup tricks can't cover. Am I right?
Sorry to wake you, baby. We'll take it down here a bit.
I appreciate it.
Not only are obscene slurs and problematic descriptions used, Samantha also takes things to a physical level at one point. Granted, things improve between her and them by the end.
The next Saturday, Samantha decided to throw a kiss and makeup party.
But it's never okay to disrespect someone's identity, and the storyline leaves a bad taste. Number 6, fat shaming. Throughout the series, Samantha is depicted as a confident woman with a lot of self-worth, and rightfully so.
As you know, I have always loved my body just the way it is.
Thus, it's particularly upsetting to watch her friends pass judgment. After returning from LA, Samantha has gained a little weight. It's totally normal for anyone's weight to fluctuate, yet her friends react as if they've just stumbled upon a horrible car crash.
You have a dog! Did you ever think you'd see the day? Me with a pooch?
Mother of God, what's with the gut?
They then sit down with Samantha and discuss her body. Yikes. It's pretty disgusting that they're not only criticizing her, but that this is depicted as a good friend moment. True friends shouldn't concern themselves with someone else's appearance.
I guess I didn't realize how big I was until I saw it on your faces.
How, and I say this with love, how could you not realize it?
I've been avoiding mirrors.
To make matters worse, the movie equates weight gain with unhappiness through this storyline in a way that reeks of fat phobia.
When was the last time you felt happy?
6 months ago.
I think that's normal for LA.
What am I gonna do?
What's your gut tell you?
Number 5, disrespectful portrayal of disability. Fast forward some years and we rejoin our NYC friends at a new stage of their lives in And Just Like That. Aging is a natural part of life that brings all kinds of changes to our minds and bodies. In Steve's case, he's experiencing hearing loss.
Oh, long time no see. What's new?
Hey, I got hearing aids. I'm an old-timer now.
No, you're not. You only have 60% hearing loss in one ear and 40% in the other.
Yeah, 'cause I'm old.
Though this storyline was inspired by actor David Eigenberg's real-life use of hearing aids, many were concerned with his new portrayal. Steve isn't just having trouble hearing, he's turned into the butt of the joke and a throwaway character.
I'm at the good place, farthest from our house with a squash. Opposite end. Steve, can you hear me? Just find me, okay?
The series could have taken the chance to normalize the condition and show that people with disabilities lead fulfilling lives.
Can you get the other? I want to talk to you about something.
Just talking to this one.
I'd rather not have to yell it.
Sadly, that's not what we get. Hearing loss is not a shameful thing, and it shouldn't be mocked or stigmatized. Number 4, no-show. Carrie and Big's relationship was incredibly tumultuous. After much back and forth, it seems they finally figure things out at the end of the original series.
All the other chapters of my life, no one was ever quite big enough until...
Carrie, you're the one.
And just like that, I was.
In the first film, the two are to be wed at a fabulous wedding with all the bells and whistles. It's fairly obvious that these nuptials are doomed, though, as they don't really see eye to eye on much of anything for the occasion.
You wanted all of this.
Well, yeah. But don't you
I
want...
want you. That's what I want. I could have just gone down to City Hall.
Staying true to form, Big panics on the day, abandoning Carrie in a horrific move.
Oh my God.
Carrie.
He's not coming.
He tries to reverse course, but it's too late. Granted, we'd become accustomed to the cloud of disappointment that follows this relationship, and the two do ultimately patch things up. But it's infuriating nonetheless, and we are gutted when Carrie is humiliated and heartbroken.
I knew you would do this! I knew it!
Carrie, I'm sorry.
I am humiliated!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Carrie.
Come on.
Number 3, the way Carrie treats Aiden. Most of us can agree that Aiden Shaw was way too good for Carrie.
You have to forgive me. You have to forgive me. You have to forgive me.
Sure, some of their downfall as a couple in the original series was due to bad timing, but she was also just incredibly inconsiderate and sometimes downright mean. For instance, it's a pretty solid rule of thumb not to invite your ex over to your current partner's home, right?
Before I knew it, I was telling him to make a right at the sign for Farm Fresh Summer Squash.
I don't want him in my
I
house.
totally understand. Look, he's gonna come up here and we're gonna have a quick talk.
Yet Carrie once did just that while dating Aiden. To add insult to injury, this was after she had already cheated on him with Big. Sadly, this was only one of many instances where she showed little respect for their relationship. Remember the disaster that was their engagement? She wore the ring around her neck.
If you don't want to marry me right now, you'll never want to marry me.
That's not true.
I think it is.
Justice for Aiden. Number 2, killing off Big. We know Carrie and Big were a roller coaster of a couple, but it still felt like they were it for each other.
You know, you've said that about pretty much every album since we started this little dinner ritual way back on day 3 of the lockdown.
What's your point?
My point is, you got a lot of favorites.
When the sequel series kicks off, we see that they've really hit their stride together. They've been married for years, and it feels like this is their happy ending. Yet in a callous and abrupt twist in the sequel series opener, Mr. Big passes away. His heart attack is initially juxtaposed with Carrie living in the moment, seemingly hopeful before coming home to find him dying.
John! John! Oh, God! Oh, God, John! Oh, John! Honey! John! Honey!
Many were shocked and hurt by the sudden loss. However, this was reportedly an integral part of the creative plan, for Big to die in order to bring new life to Carrie's story.
I'll come around to see you once in a while. Or if I ever need a reason to smile.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Minimizing mistreatment. The abusiveness of Susan Sharon's marriage is downplayed.
My friend, Susan Sharon, the East Coast rep for a line of Italian cashmere sportswear, married a very mean man.
What did I tell you about listening to my CDs? You put Natalie Imbruglia back, and you too!
No means no. When Big doesn't want to get intimate, Carrie gets upset and expects an apology.
Maybe I should leave. I stood there and waited for the obligatory, he's coming to stop me 10 seconds. He didn't.
Mislabeled cultural garb. Carrie is supposedly wearing a sari, but it's actually a lehenga.
Well, you know, you don't have to attend alone. I could really use a light triumphing over dark celebration.
Let's get you a sorry.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, the lack of Samantha. It's not Sex and the City without Samantha Jones. There's been much talk about Kim Cattrall initially not participating in the revival. But drama aside, Samantha's absence is very apparent.
Because of, you know, what the book business is now, it just didn't make sense for me to keep her on as a publicist. She said fine and then fired me as a friend.
She didn't fire you.
The entire dynamic is thrown off as the core group has dwindled to 3, with other characters struggling to fill the gap. While the situation does mimic real adult friendships, it's also a letdown.
I remember this time that my friend Samantha Jones even pulled my diaphragm out with her bare hand because it got stuck.
To twist the knife further, we get hints of Samantha through texts and brief mentions. Instead of physically being there for Carrie at Big's funeral, for instance, she sends flowers. Having her exist off camera is, in a way, worse than her definitively being written out.
And you changed your mind about the flowers?
No, they're from Samantha.
Sure, she's making a return in season 2 of And Just Like That, but the damage is done. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.